Okay, I am going to do a little video here to document that my eyes have gotten worse. Oh yeah. I've been sleeping for quite a bit. Alright. Anyway, none of these glasses are working. I could barely get rent ready in terms of I'm actually kind of shaky. I've been blowing out my nose like non-stop. But it's my eyes that I'm really worried about here, people, because as they deteriorate, they don't get better. They just get worse and worse and worse. And they've really gotten bad since all this shit happened. And that's just a fucking, I'm sorry, boo-boo fact. When you got cruddy mud that has God knows what in it, sand, algae, worms, who knows, feces from animals, birds, raccoons, because, you know, I'm going from spot to spot in the back or wherever, you know, I'm going like this, right? Shit, literally water and grud and all this crap as I'm scraping up the ground or whatever is flying into my eyes, and not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but more than that over a course of days. What do you think's going to happen, people? So this is to document that my eyes have gotten worse, like really bad, over the last month, we'll just put it at. And I know how it works. It doesn't clear out. It just stays like that until a few days later, and it gets worse. Well, it's gotten really bad now. So it is March 1st of 2025. Now I am going to make an attempt to go to this ACORN meeting because I want to connect with the, I guess they're trying to come in with some provincial initiative where they're going to try, I suppose, lobby the province, right? They're not going to take them to court. They're just going to lobby them to bring in legislation where it protects tenants from being harassed for the purpose to evict them so that landlords can make more money, because that's basically what it boils down to. If they're not evicting you so that they can almost triple the rent after they get rid of you, like in my case, right? And get a new crew to come in and work for free, fresh, right? No emotional baggage, none of that crap. Willing to please their landlord, kiss their feet, you know, do whatever they need to do in order to keep the house, right? Like in my situation, well, they'll find a way, and they will use the city to work with them to make that happen, because I'm living proof of that, people, okay? Most of what went out in that bin was from, like, in terms if you do an annual spring cleanup, right? And if you do, like, shed repairs, or, you know, you built a shed, or, you know, you have borders along, you know, garden beds and compared to the walkway, and, you know, over time, wood does deteriorate, right? And if there's no way to dispose of it, and you don't have a vehicle, and, you know, you or whatever. I mean, my son was digging up borders that were buried into the ground to separate the dirt from the path. Because I guess he was told to get rid of it because it was weather worn. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Now the dirt is going to merge into the path and it's going to become a mud pit. Unless my son puts another border between the two. Right? And, you know, which means he has to go and spend good money for, you know, either 2x4s. Well, no, you'd want more than 2x4. You'd want a 2x6 or a 2x10. Those are expensive boards, people. They're not cheap. Even lawn ties aren't cheap. 4x4s aren't cheap. All my 4x4s went out in the freaking garbage pretty much. There's a couple over there, or one or two, that could be used for something that needs to be done, but, you know, my son will probably just throw it out. But, you know, where I'm going with this, with my eyes, I shouldn't care. I just shouldn't care. Because I'm at the point with my eyes right now, people, like, I mean, I do plan on going out sometime in March, walking to CIBC Bank to put $5 into Andre's dormant account that requires John's signature and my signature to get it out. But John's dead. He's been dead since January of 2018. So why the bank is hanging on to that account outside of they're obligated by law to not close it unless I don't meet the deadline before I can put another $5 into it. Because I can put money into it. I can find out how much money is in there. But I can't take it out because it requires John's signature. As if John would just up and abandon Andre. You see, there's the crutch, right? So I have to go put the $5 in. And then through my travels, even though I can't see very well, just gather that information that, you know, in regards to the lawsuits with Fraser Health Authority and CIBC Bank and what's going on with Andrea's account, and send it to head office in Toronto with CIBC Bank and ask them to investigate, assuming that they have any ethics, because as it is right now, they don't. You know, why that bank facilitated the medical kidnapping of Uncle John so that his inheritance could be deposited into his account on lockdown through fraud. And Andre's account is the perfect example of that. Why would John deposit $1 million, assuming that's how much he inherited, into his bank account where I had enduring power of attorney and power of attorney, enduring power of attorney for 25 years, power of attorney at the request of the bank from 2003, and they took him in 2015, so you do the math on that one. And then he just kicked Andre to the curb and didn't bother to settle that one. And took his $1 million, put himself in an old folks' home, slammed the door on everybody except his sister, and died. The bank needs to explain that one. Yeah. They can't, because everything was done by fraud, and that's the point. And that's why that account is still sitting there. So when I go, there's a little eye place. I want to go there. I'm hoping that the person that runs that place will really take the time with me and try and help me to get a couple of 2-3 pairs of glasses that actually work for me. And I don't expect them to work for very long because my eyes are deteriorating regardless. The more stress I'm under, the more grody shit I come into contact with, the more the shit that flies into my eyes or whatever it may be, the faster my eyes deteriorate. And that's just a given. And thanks to the city of Surrey and my landlords, my eyes have gotten really bad in the last month. And they're really bad right now. So when I go walking that way in the next couple, 2-3 weeks or whenever, I'm going to pop in and I'm going to see, but I will have to pay. But don't forget, I have to pay my landlord all this extra money for annual spring cleanup that was never provided to me as a tenant. Because the landlord is in cahoots with the cities to use the city bylaw officers against the tenants, as in terms of tenant harassment, to build a case to evict people so that they can raise the rents by double or by almost triple, if not triple, depending on what they do after they get rid of the previous tenant. So I have to go to this Acorn meeting because they're trying to bring in a provincial initiative where I guess they lobby the government to bring in, and that's all I've been doing, is blowing my nose, big gobs of liquid every hour on the hour when I'm not sleeping. I guess when I'm sleeping it just fills up, and I've been sleeping quite a bit. But besides that point, so they're trying to lobby, Acorn is trying to lobby the government to bring in, I suppose, legislation to protect people like my family under the various gang stalking techniques that these individuals use against vulnerable families to control the politics with certain consequences that brings in blood money in relation to that illegal organ harvesting and the millions of dollars that come in from that after a family has been decimated and they start dying here and there, right? Because it's a progression, you know. I've been dealing with tenant harassment for a long time. You don't like it, you can move. Take it as is. I'm not fixing anything. You want it fixed, you fix it. You pay for it if you want it. I'm not buying another stove. No, you buy it. Well, I don't have to because that's downstairs. I already got mine upstairs. It's your response. Oh, well, I don't... No, you buy. Finally, she did buy, but the point is, why did I have to argue about it, right? You don't pay enough rent. No, you buy the stove. Yeah, but I already got mine upstairs, and like, you know, like, come on. I don't have to buy each and every appliance in this house just because, right? Right? What am I going to do by taking all these appliances with me when I leave? I'm like, come on, people. Like, just stupid shit like that, right? Never helped me in the yard. She can't say that I didn't ask her for 2 years because she damn well knows that I've been pleading with her for the last 2 years to have Cody come and help me start with the fence. And then if you know, we could have dealt with all, whatever was fucking being dealt with now. But no. They needed a case. So they got their case. So I'm going to this meeting because there is a, you know, I don't know. There's just, I'm just going to see what's available in terms of resources when it comes to like accessing a lawyer. There is a group that has lawyers that work with people that's not related to the Landlords and Tenancy Act branch. It's actually a non-profit that, I don't know what they do. I don't know how much they do. But don't forget, people, I got that $5,000 on my credit card. If I need to hire a lawyer, even just for a little while to help me fucking organize shit, so I get it right, you know, whatever I decide to do, if I need a lawyer, I can spend a couple, $2-3 on that. I don't mind. Because I'm losing everything anyway. You see, that's the thing. They're just speeding it up. They're just making it more hurtful and more wasteful and more, they're vicious. Like, this is stupid what's going on. And I don't want to live with my son. I don't want my son coming up here and start fucking terrorizing my shit up here. It's enough he's been terrorizing what he's been terrorizing. That FAF machine that he threw out for no reason other than just being spiteful because where it wasn't bothering anybody. That was a $1,500 top-of-the-line sewing machine when I bought it. It was a FAF, okay? It comes from Germany, right? Top of the line. And it still worked. If anything, I could have sold it for $50 for parts. Or whoever bought it could have taken it back to the FAF company downtown. And they could have serviced it and probably make that thing run as good as it was on the day that I bought it. But no, it ended up in that fucking bin for some strange reason with parts missing from it, because when I was talking to that black guy, I'm looking and I'm like, what is that? That's my sewing machine. Like, why is that there? Because my son buried it in that fucking junk. Okay? And that's what I seen. That's not what I'm not seeing. And it's been going on for far too long. And I can't stand it. So, I figure in about another month, assuming that I can see anything, yeah. Because I don't know. You know, all I know is I wake up and it got worse. And these glasses that I'm flipping around with, back and forth, you know, for different things and whatever, they're not working as good as they used to. You can see my eyes are tired. Right? You can see I'm always, like, squinting. I got pressure. And all this is because of this shit out in the yard. And shit flying, right? Okay. So I'm going to just ask Rhea in a month. Within 3-4 weeks. Hopefully that city dude will be fucking gone by then. I'm just going to, come on, Rhea. We got to start selling some shit. Tell me what you think I should keep, because I can't stay here much longer. No, I can't. I don't know what much longer means. I don't know. I just know that there's no love in this house. There has been no love in this house for a very long time, if ever, because it's an evil house. It's always been an evil house. It's had energy weapons from the first time I moved in. Okay? And my camera over the years documented it here and there. Okay? It was hardwired before I even moved in. And it got way too much negative energy in it, right? And all it was slave labor for me. Lost opportunities in so many ways. Deteriorated my health, took away my eyesight, destroyed my family, right? Because it's you know, it's one of those houses that are designated to target whoever lives inside it. The write-offs, the dog meat, the trash, the garbage, right? The pests, because it's a quote-unquote rental. No. So why would I want to stay here any longer than I have to? Because I'm not going to make it out alive. I'm not. So I'm going to have Rhea come by in the next little while. I'm going to see if I can get that winemaking kit that my son threw out online maybe next week. I don't know how to get the pictures. Facebook apparently is removing all live streams off their server. Now, I don't have too many live streams on Facebook. I'm glad I didn't do a lot of live streams on Facebook. I might be able to find one or two that I can download and save for no reason other than, but for all those people that relied on Facebook for money as they do their live streams all these years and still do their live streams, all those videos are going to be wiped out. And all I can think of, people are scrambling to download their freaking live streams, as if where are you going to put them after Facebook wipes them out? Upload them on YouTube? Sure. But I'm thinking you can still sell things on there. Sounds like my son is starting to move around. And of course that makes me like this, right? Like I can't live like this anymore, people. I can't worry about my shit fucking just ending up in the garbage. You know, I just can't fucking stand it anymore. It's pathetic. Do you see? That's like full of snot. Yeah, full of fucking snot. That's all I've been doing for the last 2 days when I'm not sleeping. Going blinder and blinder. But I just want to document that I've gotten even more blinder. I could barely write the check for my landlord and fill out the receipt. None of these glasses are working. Everything's blurring up more together. Things are getting brighter and merging, you know, right? If you have, like, you know, like, right, you know, you have, like, if you have something blue, like this, and then you take something almost similar, not quite, I don't know what I can use here as an example, but you can't, I don't know what he's doing. He better not be taking the shit off my porch, man. He has no right to touch the shit on my porch. I cleaned off that part over there. This little bit that's underneath, I will deal with it in the spring. Yeah, he's throwing out more stuff. I can't live like this anymore, people. I just can't. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get out of this house outside of dying. If I die, I'm done. Other than that, it's nothing but torture. It's nothing but torture. My son's not doing me no fucking favors here. Fucking terrorizing me. Making my life hard. Scaring the pants off me. Scaring the pants off me. I'm tired of being scared all the time. Shaking in my fucking boots. So I'm just going to have Rhea come. Help me start selling off some shit. I can't stay here in this house anymore. This is just... They knew what they knew what they were doing. They did it with malicious intent to harm. Yeah, that's exactly what they've been doing.